All right. Thanks for hanging with us, guys. This is Ron Sponson here with MLTP Live, your go-to source for Major League Tag Pro. We're here once again to bring you an entertaining, high-quality stream here. We just saw a very exciting matchup last game between Lag Prone and All Caps. But we're here to bring you another really exciting one here, Base Gods versus KGBallers. I'm Ron Sponson here to provide you some play-by-play commentary.
And I am Liquid, and as Ron said, the number 1 and number 2 teams in the East will be facing each other tonight. There are a lot of implications with this game. As we saw, Lagprone managed to get 4 out of the 6 points versus the All Caps, so that puts the All Caps at 26 points, currently holding on to the last playoff spot in the East. Now, at 29 points apiece, and Lagprone are tied. Now, KGBallers does have 2 games in hand, but those 2 games are the ones you're about to watch against Base Gods. Now, Base Gods can get a single point and they clinch their number 1 spot in the East. This could be huge for them. They can take the pressure off going into the playoffs. Meanwhile, if KGBallers gets even just a single win out of this game, they are guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. So a lot of things riding on this game. This could be very dangerous. Meanwhile, if we look at scores around the league, so far, Ghost Boosters have won their first game 7-0 on Thinking with Portals against Boost and Dynamo. So a huge win by them, giving themselves a good chance at making the playoffs. And currently, Game 2 is tied 3-3 on Wormy. So if Ghost Boosters manage to pull off the sweep, they're staying right behind. And in fact, they managed to tie All Caps for that second spot. If they can't get those 6 points, then they're just 2 off All Caps for that 4th spot in the East. So looking pretty good. Things are staying really tight in the East. That's how we like it. And we're looking at another exciting game right now. Now, Ron, do you know who's going to be playing tonight?
Let's see. No, I don't really. Do we have information on that?
Well, we actually have some insider info here. It looks like Stullen, on the KGBallers, captain of the KGBallers, will be playing himself on defense today. I know he's played a bit of both positions. Last week he played offense. The week before he played defense. He's been a bit of a jack of all trades so far this season. Also a bit of a master of none. So he's going to be hoping that he can step up and partner Stan, who's been outstanding so far this season. They are looking really good, and with Stullen on defense, especially on a map like Wormy, they're going to be hoping that they can hold it down and give their offense some good chances to cap. Now on offense, they've got I'm High partnering Half Mad, both extremely skilled players. I'm High doesn't talk too much, so Half Mad's going to have to do the brunt of the work there. Now for the Base Gods, we're just going to see 4 familiar faces who've been dominating the league so far this season in Mr. Gon and Slide on defense, and JJ's Pool and BDL on offense. Really, you couldn't ask for any better players than that. They've been playing. We've seen it, actually, with our own eyes, Ron.
Yes, we have.
Yes, we have. They've been
you cut out for a second there. I didn't catch the preamble to it.
Oh, sorry. Apologies for the cutting out. Basically, I'm just saying that Base Gods are playing their traditional 4, and it's working really well for them so far this season. You've seen it.
Yeah, they've been extremely dominant. I mean, if you look at their record, it really speaks highly of that. They've got 13 wins, only 1 loss, which we happen to catch here, but they've been really one of the most dominant teams in the league, and their rank and cap differential speaks to that. And even after that loss, they still have a hot streak of 3 wins coming into this game, and really they've got what it takes to be able to pull this off. But KGBallers is really an interesting opponent for them. I think that KGBallers could give them a run for their money this evening.
Indeed, KGBallers is one of those teams that's just loaded with skill. On paper, they're a team that you could see in the Super Bowl, but they're also a team that tends not to be that active. As Stullen said, they haven't really practiced at all since week 5. They basically just show up on Sunday night and showcase their amazing skills. I'm High, Stan are 2 high-skill players. Half Mad is also a very raw talent who's definitely out to prove something, and Stullen is a veteran. He's been around the league. He was the number 1 draft pick back in Season 4. So, again, another player who's out there to just have some fun and hang out with his good friends. And he's doing exactly that, and it's working for them. I mean, they've got good chemistry, good skills, and things seem to be going well. Now, they're coming up against a well-drilled team in Base Gods who've been practicing a fair amount. They scrim a lot together. They pub together. They've got good chemistry going. So I think this is going to be a real clash of the Titans. You're going to see a good display of skill out there.
Yeah, absolutely. This is quite the matchup. It's going to be interesting. Now, if we go to look at the maps here, first map for the evening is going to be Thinking with Portals, and we've seen it last week. We saw it earlier tonight. It's a really dynamic map, really fast-paced.
Yes, we saw it. We saw it this week and last week. There's always something happening on this map, whether it be for chasers, for flag carriers, for interesting portal dynamics. We saw last game with lag-prone Atom Bomb, who was the flag defender, was using those portals to try to boost the opponents either into the flag or away from the flag, whatever he was looking for there. So definitely lots of different tactics that can be employed on this map, and it's a map that lends itself well to not only tactical flexibility, but technical skill. A lot of boosts and bombs to snipe with. We saw a lot of misses with flag prone and all caps who just weren't really hitting their bombs as well as they wanted to. I know these two teams tonight, KGBallers and Base Gods, are two very highly skilled teams, and I can imagine they'll be looking to try to hit those bombs and boost spot on every time. Now, obviously easier said than done, but we'll just have to wait and see. It looks like both teams are in the group, but not both teams are ready, so we are just waiting on them right now. Game was set to start pretty much now, so it should be any second now.
Yeah, speaking of the second map of the evening is going to be Wormy, and Wormy is a little bit more of a tighter map. We see it play out a little more defensively, especially during the second game and the all caps game tonight.
It's a map that has two faces. It's the kind of map that either you're going to see both teams hold forever, 0 resets, or a map that players can have a hard time getting out of base with. And it all depends on how those bombs are used in base, whether the defenders or the offensive players get the upper hand. Because those can be great grabbing mechanisms if the defenders don't defuse them properly. We're going to see a lot of positioning battles to try to get away from the bomb ranges, but also positioning battles to try to position the offensive player away from the auto grab route on those bombs. So we're seeing a lot of wrestling in base. If the defenders win out those battles, which they did in the all caps flag prone game, then we're going to see a relatively tame game. Flag stays in base a lot, and play revolves mostly around that base area. If the offensive players manage to get those grabs out, then we might see a lot of regrab trains where the regrab just stays behind the base and waits for his teammate to, and then they can just get out really easily. So it really all hinges on how those bombs are used in base as to whether we see a very offensive or very defensive game on this map, because it's a pretty tight base. And I know you mentioned power-ups. We saw a lot of power-up battles going on.
Yeah, and one of the things that we saw, and I mentioned this in the pregame before the last game, is that the power-ups can often be strung together, especially if you get one delayed. And we saw LeBron James purposely delay one of the power-ups so that he could establish a string during the second half of game 2. And it allowed him to get something like 14 out of the 27 power-ups, over half of the power-ups just to one player. Really interesting strategy to see a team play, and this is a map where it's very possible to do something like that with the middle power-up there with boost to either of the other two power-ups. You can grab one of the power-ups and leverage that to be able to pick up the other power-ups.
And you're talking about how LeBron was just securing those middle power-ups. He was sacrificing his offensive defense for that mid power-up. He was just basically telling YS1, the Wise One, just stay in base, don't grab, wait for me, just don't get blocked out, and if they do get a grab in our base, then you'll be the last line. And plus, I mean, the power-up's in the middle. It's not like he's really out of position. And by doing that, sure, he takes himself away from the grab opportunities for about 10 seconds in those power battles, but he comes out of it all recharged with his nice superpowers, and that really helped them not only get out of base, but establish a nice regrab chain. And the power battles were key to them getting those 2 caps with the comeback. So we're going to be seeing a lot of play revolving around the middle of the map in those power battles. Sometimes that leads to free grabs, other times that leads to contested grabs. So it's really going to be a toss-up to see how both these teams play it. I expect the power-ups split to be pretty even. If you look at their season stats, what we've seen so far is both teams have been relatively around the middle of the league in terms of power-up dominance. Base Gods are at 50% power-ups. KGBallers are at 48.5% power. Teams tend to focus more on the holding than on the power-ups. And that also shows itself in the stats. These two teams are the top 2 holding teams in the East in terms of the hold percentage. Basically, they're holding more than their opponents by a wide margin. Now, when 2 giants clash, one of them is going to have to hold more than the other, and that's really going to be the key battle here. Who can outhold the opposition on 2 very holdy maps? I'm thinking with Portals and Wormy. I think that'll hinge a lot on the defense. Which defense can keep the flag in base most often.
Absolutely. Now, it looks like we're just about ready to start the game. I want to make a quick announcement here to you guys that we do have another chance for you to win the Jump Up Halftime Challenge event this evening. We'll be doing it in between the first and second game, so we are officially going to be opening up the submissions. It looks like they already have been opened, so if you guys want to join, it's free to enter. All you have to do is hit the follow button and then type !jump in chat. That will enter you into our random drawing. 3 lucky viewers will be able to play live on stream here and get a chance to get onto the leaderboard. And I believe 302 or 303 power-ups is all you need to be able to get onto that top of that, or onto the leaderboard.
Yeah, just earlier tonight we saw was it G-Spoon getting onto that leaderboard. So sign up for your chance to get back in. I mean, if G-Spoon's still watching, you should sign up too. See if you can best your previous score. You could be the first guy to make it onto the leaderboard twice. So definitely lots of fun. Looking forward to that in the halftime show. Now, both teams gearing up. We're still waiting on them here. We apologize for the delay. We thank you for staying with us, though. It's because it's looking very promising. Now, if we look at the scores around the league, it looks like indeed Ghost Boosters did win and tie against Boost and Dynamo. So puts them at 24 points so far. Boostin is stuck at 20, pretty much out of the playoff picture at this point. All Caps is at 26, and with a win and a tie, Laggrown are at 29. So a pretty tiered standing situation so far. Let's see if KGBallers can get any points out of here to try to break the tie with Laggrown in the standings.
Well, here we are, just about ready to start the first game here on Thinking with Portals.
3, 2.
All right, and it looks like Slide with the boost positioning might try to go on offense, but instead it's JJ's pool. She manages to get that boost, and now she's out past a couple. And BDL is going to try to go for that easy grab, but instead Stan uses the portal usefully.
Wow,
and
this is dangerous! She's past 3, coming in, gonna be past 3, and Mr. Gon gonna try to set up the block, and JJ's pool doesn't take the boost, and that's a fatal error as it allows Stan to come in and snipe her, and Stan's gonna be able to get the first. Wait, maybe? No? Maybe? No? Maybe? Stan gets the first cap of the game.
That patience is unreal. And now it looks like I'm High might manage to get another one. He dodges the boost. He's going to take the portal. BDL has to stay alive for a couple seconds, and he does. Some beautiful back and forth play. First, manages to get past 3, but Stan with a beautiful offensive defense play, then grabs and manages to stay patient, wait for the blocks, wait it out, and then get that first cap. An early lead for the KGBallers.
And Mr. Gon with the flag looking to come in, and I'm High has it as well at the bottom of the map. And I have Mad re-upping the Tag Pro, and the bomb, really interestingly, comes into
when you
play
re-up Tag Pro, you can tag twice as hard. So
looks like Slide with the rolling bomb coming into base. Stalin is going to grab the flag and go to the bottom of the map, and Mr. Gon going to snipe that wall.
Just a second, Slide somehow squeaks out of that corner. Oh my god, Slide, showing why he used to be a good offensive player. Clearly can play both positions quite well, and now he's all alone, ties it up. 4 boost by I'm High, I believe it was, who boosts out and ends up boosting both he and his offensive defense out of base.
Oh, nice job there getting the container in the corner. Mr. Gon can't quite get to the exit portal in time. I'm High's got the flag in base. JJ's pool on a regrab. Gonna pull it, and maybe a kiss here. Gonna be very patient. Oh man, the boost to the portal pushes him back, and it's a fatal error. Gonna lead to a cap. The portal wasn't there for Slide. He's gonna go and grab it and maybe flash it, but he's able to get out the exit portal. Slide with the flag past a few. Stalin coming in to get the reset. BDL with the flag out. Very quick momentum here, and BDL's got it, trying to come into base. Stalin gonna get returned. BDL being very patient. It's lining up the boost. He's gonna have to wait a little bit. Slide with the return. I'm High swooping in and preventing that cap.
Right in the nick of time, I'm High saving the day, keeping the score at 1-1. Slide so far looking like the best offensive threat on the base gods. Using portals properly, the rest of the teams don't seem to do it. And I apologize, the score was not level, and it's even worse. Now 3-1 in favor of the KGBallers, taking an early lead. Not even
nice snipe by Stalin to be able to lead into that cap.
And JJ's pool manages to get a tag there, get the reset for her team. And we are good. Everyone knows it. I'm High is in a good position to secure the bottom one. Have Mad tries to get the mid one, and instead Stalin gets it, and things are looking good. KGBallers really dominating so far on power-ups as well. Their lead not only extends to the scoreboard, but also power-ups. I'm High gets out of base. He's past 2. And JJ's Fool gets tagged. And great corner juke. Oh my god, so much action.
Oh boy, what a cap there.
I'm High has been looking fantastic. He completes the hat trick with that boost. And a lot of credit goes to his defenders, Stan and Stalin, looking really good. I know Stalin wasn't too sure about how well he'd do on defense, but on a map like Thinking with Portals that relies, especially for defenders, a lot on positioning on that exit portal and on snipes, he's been doing fantastic.
Things have settled down for a little bit as both flags are on base, but Have Mad is going to try to change that. And nice blocks by I'm High, allowing him to get out. BDL's out as well. And Have Mad somehow sneaks past Slide at the bottom there with the flag. Mr. Gone with a long snipe from way downtown, but Slide is going to be the one to close it off. And BDL with the flag. Power-ups coming up extremely soon. Slide positioning that all on his own. BDL picking up the Flag Pro, going to re-up the Flag Pro. Slide with a rolling bomb. And Base Gods pick up all 3 power-ups, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do much with them as Slide's not on re with the Tag Pro, or with the rolling, and BDL has the flag.
And shying away from the kiss, probably a smart decision considering BDL has the Tag Pro. But at this point, it looks like a kiss might be likely. Good flag carrying by Stan. I think arguably the 2 best flag carriers so far have been Stan and Slide, 2 defenders.
You know, it's interesting. We saw that last game too. Gem was got 3 caps the first half. Really phenomenal play from Gem, who's also a defender on the first game of the evening. And it must be something about Thinking with Portals, which allows these defenders to play so well on offense.
It's one of those maps where positions really don't mean much because you're all over the map all the time. There's really no set positions on here, so defenders end up playing a lot of offense, and this is one of those maps where they get to showcase their skills. And I think these players have been seizing these opportunities with both hands. And Mr. Gone, great job securing the rolling bomb. This is looking really good.
Yeah, he's going to use it. It's going to get diffused. And can they get the return? Not quite in time. Stand with the flag, looking for a kiss. That's what happens. Slide gonna shoot up and can't quite get the return. We got a little bit of Tojo action. I'm High gonna get out to the top. It's return for Cap. BDL's got to stay alive. Can he pull it off? Yes, he can. Mr. Gone now on regrab.
That teamwork on the portal, I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but by taking the portal, I believe it was Stan, boosted I'm High out, and I'm High slippery as slipper. Fuck, never mind. Either way, he manages to get out of that tight corner, but he dies in the end. And it looks like it's going to be another cap. Stalin gets his first cap of the game, and now Have Mad is the only one who hasn't capped yet for the KGBallers.
We've got Stan getting returned, BDL getting returned as well. Have Mad's got another chance. Can he get the first cap here and make sure that everyone on the team's got a cap? He's trying for it. I'm High almost looked like he was going to sit back on anti-re, but going to pull off and Slide. Going to get... Wait, what? A little bit of a glitch there, preventing the snipe. And Stalin's got to stay alive for a second. There it is. He's going to get another cap. And a dominant showing here for KGBallers. 5-cap lead.
Absolutely slaying the base gods. But just a second here, JJ's cool. Oh! Have Mad somehow manages to get a grab off, but it doesn't help him in the end with Mr. Gone being responsible, sticking to that exit portal, and allowing JJ's pool to come in to cut the lead down to 4.
Yeah, she was really pushing it and coming in quickly to get the cap and just making sure to take advantage of that situation that was presented.
Yes, and I'm seeing a lot of choppiness. I'm not sure if it's just client side or server side. Either way, it looks like BDL manages to get out past 3. And I'm High. JJ's cool. She's actually playing anti-regrab, an interesting strategy.
We've got BDL sitting on the flag, looking for a kiss here. Slide coming up to provide a little bit of support with that Tag Pro. Going to get a nice snipe double tag with that snipe and pushing BDL into the flag. This is looking like a chance, but they've got the exit portal now. Stalin's going to be able to use it expertly to get out, and now he's turning it around. BDL pulling some moves, holding on to this flag here.
BDL this season has proven his doubters were wrong. He was initially playing as a defender, not this season, but in the previous seasons. He used to be a defender, and a lot of people had question marks about him being drafted for such expensive amounts in the draft, but he's been proving that he's been worth that and much more. Arguably one of the best valued players at 49 tag points, which is saying a lot about his performances so far this season on offense.
Slide with the flag, being very patient, trying the Tojo. Going to be able to use it successfully to get past Stan. BDL saving that boost, and Slide with the flag, looking to come into base, but I'm High pulling some nice moves. Still here, going to get returned. Have Mad with that rolling bomb, going to head over towards regrab, and that boost portal pushes them off.
I love how KGBallers, whether intentional or not, are using that portal to boost their teammates out of base. It's a great use of the portal. Speaking of portal, I'm High manages to use the back portal and fool the base gods who were not on that at the exit. They caught unaware there, but somehow boost back into base. So back to square one here.
I'm High with some nice moves. Have Mad helping out with the blocking, and Slide's got the flag, looking to try to at least get half the score here. One more cap will cut it down to a lead of 3. JJ's Pool with a nice snipe. Slide with the flag, looking to try to turn it back here, and we've got just about under a minute to go. Have Mad going to hit the boost and get to the top of the map, and one final round of power-ups coming up extremely soon. Have Mad with the flag towards this boost, just sitting there patiently waiting.
Great job.
Coming up.
Both Stan and Slide securing the rolling bombs. Have Mad grabs the tech row and nearly causes a cap, but I'm High is there to save the day. I'm High's been all over the place this game, whether it's jukes or timely returns. See.
Bit of a kiss, and this helps the KGBallers as Have Mad is going to be able to lead Stan out for a little bit. I'm High stepping in and providing him a little bit of help to slow down his momentum. Really dynamic play here from KGBallers. Stan with the boost, going to hit the second boost here up to the top, and there's a bit of a kiss, and Have Mad with the flag taken out of base. BDL coming in. He's got it. They've gotten at least half the caps here. 3-6. Just 5 seconds to go. There's going to be a kiss. That's going to probably do it here. Nice showing from the base gods at the very end to come back, but KGBallers with a phenomenal 3-cap lead here against the what have been pretty dominant this season base gods.
Indeed. Stalin caught in a bit of no man's land there on that last cap. Not sure whether to take the portal or head to the flag, and that ends up costing them a cap. That's a second cap in a row for the base gods, who managed to recapture momentum going into game number 2. Things were looking really good for the KGBallers up to with about 3 minutes left, and that's when base gods really stepped up their game, went for all the way up to 6-3. Flag was out for most of the game for both of these teams with nearly 8 minutes of hold each, so defense is going to hope to get a bit more timely returns, especially on the base gods side, to try to get back into this game. Now, we're using game a lot, but in the Lagprone versus All Caps game, in game 1 half when I'm thinking with portals, All Caps took a 5-0 lead up against Lagprone, and Lagprone managed to come back. So if that comeback's possible, then this comeback's possible. And base gods know it. They're going to try to capitalize on this, and Raven's going to try to get his team fired up to get those 3 caps back against base gods. Now, from what you saw in game 1 half 1, what are your thoughts? Did any players really stick out to you?
Yeah, I'm going to say that Stalin stuck out to me, and the reason that I'm picking him is he was showing good play on both sides of the map. He was playing well at defense, getting like 12 or 13 returns, also getting 2 caps for his team. So that two-way play, which we were talking about, really a chance for these defenders to be able to do, and offenders can show a little bit of defensive prowess on this map as well. So Stalin stuck out to me with his two-way play.
Yeah, the defenders on this map, Stan and Stalin secured half the caps of their team, so not too bad. Have Mad's going to feel a bit hard done by that he didn't manage to get on the scoreboard, but there's a whole second half for him to do that, and he's going to be hoping to do so. Now, you're talking about plays that stuck out to me. There was one in particular that I really liked, and it was at the beginning of the game. Causing the first cap was Stan, who managed to play some beautiful offensive defense, preventing JJ's Pool from coming in and grabbing a cap of her own. And instead, Stan saves the cap, then grabs himself and goes back to base, gets the first cap for the KGBallers, which ended up being the first of many, and that gave them momentum. Early cap is often really useful on a map like Thinking with Portals. It gives your team confidence and puts the other team on the back foot, and they're going to be hoping that they can do the same this half to really solidify their lead, bring it up to 4, and try to get a comfortable lead going into game 2.
Now, it looks like we've got a bit of a mutual agreement here from both teams. They're going to actually stay on the same server. Stalin and company are going to be ceding their choice to go to their home map, and instead choosing to stay on the same map. Server.
Yes, both teams, just to clarify, have different home servers, and usually the way it goes in majors is one team, in game 1, each team server, and then on game 2, each team plays a half on their server, so that the ping difference is equal on both maps. Now, it looks like we will be playing on the Base Gods home server for both halves on Thinking with Portals, and then on the KGBallers home server for both halves on Wormy. So you got to think that maybe that's a strategic decision by Stalin, knowing that he's already in the lead on Thinking with Portals, to take a hit, play with bad ping, or relatively bad ping on that second half, and then get the ping advantage for the entire second game. Interesting decision by both captains there. Not something we see that often.
No, in fact, I don't know if we've seen that a single time here on MLTP Live, a captain doing something like that. So a very interesting strategic decision. I'd be curious to see how that plays out.
And speaking of playing out, I'm going to be looking at the power-up battles, because we saw that be key in the Lag-Chrome's comeback, in both games, Game 1 and Game 2. This could be huge for Base Gods if they can manage to win the power-up battles in the second half on Thinking with Portals. If they manage to get a couple key timely tag throws, then that could be the difference between a tie and a win.
Wow, BDL starting things off soon. Stalin able to get the return.
Stalin with a great follow.
Yeah, JJ's Pool with the flag, and she's looking to get a cap here. It's return for cap. Nope, got returned herself, and BDL is going to take the flag out of base. And nice return here.
Oh! BDL is coming down, but gets sniped by Stan. Stan, the man, not making any mistakes there.
And Spool able to get the return. Mr. Gone with the flag, and right now Base Gods up with the early momentum advantage. Mr. Gone boosting to the wrong side of the map, but somehow stays alive. Stalin getting the snipe. JJ Spool taking the flag out, and I'm High trying to get out of base. Havman helping with the support. Oh, a little bit of a Tojo here, allowing I'm High to get out of base. JJ Spool picking up a rolling bomb. BDL with the tag pro. Stan with the tag pro of his own, and JJ Spool sitting here with a rolling bomb return for cap, but Havman swooping in, preventing it.
A timely save by the KGBallers. A great play, but now BDL's got a tag pro lead. You got to think this. Oh, I'm High dodges it, and this saves a cap. This could be a cap the other way if they play their cards right. Great save by JJ Spool, saves that cap, and keeps her team at a 3-cap deficit.
Yeah, she's really just swooping in on that bomb and getting the return, and almost had a chance to get out, but I'm High at a really nice boost angle.
I'm High's technical skill is second to none. You could argue that he's the best micro booster in the game. He's been proving it time and time again so far this game. Havmad having a bit of trouble. If I were him, I'd be a bit more patient. This is the kind of map you can't grab solo on. You really need a teammate. And I'm High taking his time to get to base, and now waiting for Havmad to come help him out.
JJ's Pool just getting right past Stan there. Again, we're seeing that portal used by BDL trying to help the team get out, but he didn't really need it. Swooping up, picking up the rolling bomb. There's a juke juice at the bottom that I'm High is going to be able to pick up, and they've got the momentum for a second, but Mr. Gon out with that rolling bomb coming into base. JJ's Pool, she's in base with that tag pro, going to be able to secure a chance for Mr. Gon to cap if they can get return, but right now they're down one chaser, and Mr. Gon is sitting here. Return for cap. Still can slide, pull it off. Not quite. JJ's Pool, she's going to try to get a snipe. Can't quite pull it off either, and that's going to be the end of that return for cap potential.
What I love about watching I'm High hold the flag is that it's not just about skill, it's a lot of mind games. Oftentimes he'll threaten to use a bomb or a boost, but never actually use it, and we see it a lot with portals in this game as well. He's done it a fair amount of times, threatening to portal, and just waiting long enough for someone to commit, and it's extremely hard not to commit in such a situation. But he manages to bait the opponents into committing, and then just leisurely strolls away, makes it look that easy. And that's the difference between a good and a great player.
And there'll be a little bit of a kiss as we've got power-ups here. Slide going to grab a rolling bomb, which gets immediately defused. We got a tag pro in the middle, and JJ's Pool, she's going to pick up a juke juice. I'm High with the flag, looking for a chance at a cap, but the exit portal's open, and JJ's Pool is going to use it, and she's out past 3. Stan out with the flag, and to look for a potential to kiss here, but Stan doesn't know where the spawning player is because because he's got a tag pro. It's going to run out, got the return, and they've got a reset here. Base Gods still have 3 caps to make up, and they need to start cutting away on those very soon if they want to have a chance here. I'm High with the flag to the top of the map, and things are just back and forth for a little bit here.
Yes, and the score, with 6 minutes remaining in the second half, is still 0-0 in this half. The score remains 6-3 on aggregate. We're seeing a much more responsible game by both teams' flag carriers here, really making no mistakes, and the offensive defense has been on point. Both teams saving what looked like sure caps.
BDL has the flag and is going to be coming out. JJ's Pool helping out.
That timing.
Support.
The timing, I'm high, grabs the rolling bomb in stride. Half-Mad spikes the opponent with his own roll. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? Oh, never mind. That was lag. Things look really
But JJ's pool, she's going to get out past 4, and as long as there's no mistakes or crazy snipes, that's going to be a cap. And now it's just a 2-cap game thanks to that cap.
The 2-cap lead, the most dangerous league in Tag Pro, and we're seeing this again. Comeback in the cards, perhaps. IMI is now past 2. Have Mad waiting on the exit portal, and this is looking good.
Oh, if that portal was there up, I could have had a cap.
Whether intentional or not, the fact that Base Gods defused that portal was key to preventing that cap, and in the end saves them from getting back to a 3 deficit. With 5 minutes remaining, that's huge. Have Mad hesitating on the boost there a bit, but in the end he manages to get it, and I'm high. Going to be past a few with the Tag Pro and base.
What is going on here? Oh, if that portal was there, I'm high could have snuck it in, I thought.
Oh, hits the corner, unlucky.
The slide's going to be able to just pulls out. And
if I'm stalling, I'm staying out of base because that Tag Pro lead is dangerous.
Yeah, let's see. Oh my goodness! With the monster bomb return off the boost, and all his BDL to come out with the flag, and I'm high missing the snipe just barely. We've got BDL with the flag. JJ's pool, she's going to get on regrab. BDL looking to get an interesting bomb angle, not going to pull it off. Exit portal helping there, but Stalin is going to sneak right past slide.
Dodges the snipe. Great job by Stalin. He knows the exit portal's open, but he doesn't capitalize on it. An interesting decision by Stalin. Did not pan out. Now JJ's pool, she's passed a few, but now she's got 4 to beat. This is going to be a hard one.
And she also is aware that there's power-up spawning soon, looking for that bottom power-up, but now collapsing in with a chance to cap. Can't quite pull it off. Very close opportunity for a cap there. Power-up's picked up. There's still a Tag Pro at the bottom that JJ's pool. No, Hatman's going to pick it up and use it. Mr. Gon might as well just grab here, potentially, although he's going to do something interesting, and it fools the KGBallers, but not able to get out with the flag. Have-Man's going to get out past a couple, and JJ's pool recognizes it, gets out in front, last man ahead, BDL as well, and using those portals very effectively, actually. I don't know if that was intentional, but it worked well.
Chaotic. It did work in their favor, and Half-Mad still seeking his first cap of the week. A bit unlucky that things didn't work out in his favor in that little exchange, but they're still holding on to a 2-cap lead with 3 minutes remaining. Things are looking good for the KGBallers. Trying to become only the second team to defeat Base Gods this season in league play.
Oh, that spawn was very fortunate. Now Stalin is out past 3. Gonna go off these walls several times, hitting this boost. Maybe doubling back for the power-up. Yes, nope. BDL, only one there. Slide there as well now. It's there. Exit portal has been cordoned off. And look at this. Stalin coming in with the... No! Bad angle on that boost. Straight up into the boost is going to push him straight into the spike.
Stalin making a lot of sacrifices on that play. Sacrificed at one point or another all 3 power-ups in order to try to get that cap. So he really had to get it there, and he didn't. And now Base Gods have 2 Tag Pros and a Juke Juice to work with. But Have-Mad baits him into a portal, and it doesn't matter. The power-ups run out. Stalin's sacrifices do not hurt his team, and they're back within a good margin. Oh,
no! The boost pushes him into the spike. Oh, man.
I don't think it was intentional, but it worked, and that's all that counts. That's what I love about thinking with portals, is unconventional plays with the portals. And now JJ's pool out past a few again. That's going to be another cap.
She's got it.
And bringing this game down to a 1-cap game. There is a comeback, ladies and gentlemen. There is a comeback in the cards, and with 1:44 left in the game, the score is 6-5.
And now we've got I'm high with the flag, and look at this potential here to even the score again. JJ's pool has got a Tag Pro, and she might be able to lead Mr. Gon out here. Opening up a good chance here, and there's way past 3. Stalin's going to be looking for a kiss, heading back down. JJ's pool got to be aggressive here. Can she get the return? Can't quite pull it off, and looked like a good chance, but things have the tides have turned a bit.
Great timing by I'm High to get that return on the portal. It's not that easy. It's not as easy as it looks. But JJ's Pool out past 3 again. And this
he's got it. She's got it. Nice job by JJ's Pool, tying up the game. Slide out past 2 for the lead. Can the Base Gods turn this one around? Stan going to get the snipe in return. 50 seconds to go. Really great play. I love seeing that from her.
And Havnad making a mistake there. Instead of picking the portal, takes the long way to the flag, and that ends up costing him the lead. 39 seconds left. Base Gods grab more power-ups, doubling up the power-ups. Oh, and they get to go 4-0 this half, getting a 7-6 lead. And with 27 seconds remaining, you gotta think that was the winning cap.
It definitely could have been slide there at the exit portal, preventing what could have been a quick return cap by KGBallers. But this is their chance here. 10 seconds to go. They've got to score this or they'll lose the game. Wait, look at this. BDL is going to grab the flag. Stan closing in. Can't quite get the return. 5 seconds to go. I'm high with the flag, getting sniped. And that's probably going to be it here as the final seconds come down. A very clutch win here from Base Gods, coming up from behind and exerting their dominance here, securing themselves a spot in the playoffs.
That is an insane show of resilience by the Base Gods. Down 6-3. In fact, they were down 6-1 at one point, and they get 6 straight caps across both halves to basically steal this game from the jaws of death and manage to get those 3 points that KGBallers desperately needed. All thanks to JJ's Pool. Beautiful hat trick, and some beautiful play by most players in this game. A couple harmed the KGBallers in the end, both in the first half and the second half. Just poor play using the portals or not using the portals. Something that they won't have to worry about on Wormy. Now, Ron, before we go and talk about Wormy, did you have anyone that you really liked watching this game?
You know, JJ's Pool is definitely who I'm going to have to pick. She really helped secure the team's comeback, and got some really good momentum and a nice boost to be able to come in and get enough caps to make sure that her team got up and was able to get the win there. Really impressive play from JJ's Pool.
Indeed, and I know what you're about to ask, and the viewers do too. Do I have a play of the game? I don't have a play of the game per se, but I do want to single out Base Gods for praise. They doubled up the KGBallers in power-ups 18-9, and we were talking about it in the pre-half, and the power-up battles would be key for that second half, and the team that won the power-up battles would likely win the game. That's exactly what happened. Base Gods managed to get those 9 extra power-ups, many of which were tag pros, and we saw a lot of caps happen thanks to like a timely rolling bomb or a timely tag pro. We saw that very often, and that was really the difference maker in this game, both on offensive, defense, and on offense. It's something that they'll have to look out for on Wormy, a map that, as you mentioned, where power battles are really key. It's something that we're going to be seeing as we switch servers for the game 2.
Yes, indeed. And another key battle that we have coming up here is the Jump Up Halftime Challenge, the weekly halftime entertainment here. We have 3 winners ready to go here, and really interesting winners this time around. Steez, really interesting name. Adarsh, one of our big fans out there. Nice to see him be able to have a chance. And Honey Bear, actually a fellow streamer here with a chance to win on Jump Up. Really wish luck to all 3 of them here as we're about ready to start.
And Darsh, a repeat player. He's already gotten himself on the leaderboard. He got kicked off the leaderboard earlier tonight. He's going to try to make his way back on. You need 303 to get onto the leaderboard. These players are going to hope they can make it.
And they're jumping. A lot of bombs.
Honeybear opting for the top passage, gets it, and nice boost.
Darsh coming up from behind. Honeybear still in the lead. These bombs. Darsh and Honeybear neck and neck.
Darsh taking a nice lead, but Honeybear not relenting.
Yeah,
Honeybear takes the lead back. This is intense.
Bottom left, there's a lot down there in the Darsh season, swooping in and taking the lead.
And wow, poor Steez, he's doing his best to find these power patches, but Honeybear and Darsh are just stealing them all.
Neck and neck here, they're just battling against each other. There's only a few left, and Adarsh is swooping up quite a few, getting a couple patches, and looks like he's going to secure the victory for himself. Adarsh, decent veteran here, going through the bombs at the end and getting a very respectable score of 327 power-ups.
And it's very rare that we see 2 players reach the 300 mark. That's what happened right here. Honey Bear gets 302, Adarsh gets 327. And Adarsh is going to secure his spot on the leaderboard again after losing it earlier tonight. Now he's third, ahead of Beast Mode at 323, but behind Mr. Jehovah at 333. So Adarsh really stepping up and making a case for that Super Bowl game. A big congratulations to Adarsh. Very loyal viewer. He's always here every week, and he's always helping out with the jump up. And he's getting repaid for that with this nice jump up leaderboard positioning. Now, just to get back to the game for a second, it looks like we're going to be switching to Wormy, a much slower pace map than Thinking with Portals.
Yeah, we saw that in the first game of the evening. Wormy was a very stark contrast to Thinking with Portals, being much slower paced, more defensive, easier to get resets, power-ups proving very critical and easy to string together. Look to see if any one team really runs away with these power-ups and uses them to secure a momentum advantage to be able to get a few caps. But if it's anything like last game, it might be a little bit more of a lower scoring game than we saw with Thinking with Portals.
Indeed, and with the skill on both of these teams, I can see the offenses being very dangerous. Another game, in Thinking with Portals, we saw 13 caps, which is pretty much par for the course. We had 12 caps in the lag run all caps game on Thinking with Portals, and then 3 total caps. The score is 2-1 in game 2. So I'm expecting to see a bit more caps than that this time around. I could see both teams getting 2 or 3 caps each. Definitely less than Thinking with Portals, there's less action going on, but both these teams know these maps. Going to try to take advantage of that.
Hopefully we should be starting very soon here, just making sure that everyone gets in line. Should be an interesting to see who's able to come out with the lead. We saw the KGBallers able to establish a lead, and quite a big lead in Thinking with Portals, but Base Gods coming up from behind. I think that Base Gods would love to come up with the lead second game rather than having to come from behind 2 games in a row. They've been pretty dominant so far this season, and starting a second half is not very typical for them.
Indeed, and it's something that we've seen so far in both the matchups that we've streamed tonight. None of the teams that have been leading in half number 1 have won a single game. So we're seeing a lot of comebacks. It's what I love to see here. A lot of back and forth action, and it's good for the viewers. It's it makes for some exciting tempo. Both teams, it looks like they're going to be sticking with the same lineups that they had for game 1. Both teams had a good half and a less good half. So these players clearly know that they can make it happen, they can win. They can do well when called upon. And on Wormy, they're going to hope that they can do exactly that.
It's surprising just how similar that game was to the Thinking with Portals game we saw earlier this evening. Team
right?
Behind and getting surmountable comeback right at the very end. And clearly that map allows something like that to happen.
Both the Base Gods and the Lag Prone teams overcame a 5-cap deficit. Lag Prone got the tie. Base Gods secured the victory with, I believe, a minute remaining, which is amazing when you think about it. That kind of pressure that these teams feel all game long with the scores tied or nearly tied, and they just didn't let the pedal off the gas. They kept pushing for it, and they got it in the end. And that's what we love to see.
Well, we are just about ready to start the second game.
Yes, and both teams gearing up here. To avoid spoilers, mute the stream right now. I'm going to announce a couple scores because the key playoff battles going on right now. Texas Hold'em won the first game 8-0 on Thinking with Portals versus Tears, which is huge as they're both playoff rivals. Tears are currently in the lead in game number 2. Meanwhile, Origin Ducks got a win and a tie against Golden Gate Warriors. Impressive upset by them. And BMX tied the first game against Role Models, but unfortunately that means they are out of playoff contention. And currently, as it stands, Angry Balls are leading in the first half against the Merballs on Thinking with Portals. So a lot of exciting upsets right now going on across the league.
Yeah, a lot of people upset in the subreddit too. Geo Koala, unfortunately, will be leaving us, but JJ's Pool helping the red flag leaving base as well.
Yes, unfortunately, and BDL gets definitely returned by Stan. Great boost, and both teams are reset here.
I'm high with the flag. Going to use this bomb and get up, but still contained here by Slide and Mr. Gon. Going to close it. Applying some nice pressure to get the return. Have Mad. Going to have trouble. Slide, again, just being aggressive. trying to get this return, contain a little bit and hopping to the other side of the contain, but Mr. Gon is adapting very well and switching contains the slide, really good pairing there, and it's working extremely effectively so far. And this aggression is something that could lead to giving their team a chance to cap. Slide boosting over. JJ's Pool has the flag, and she's heading up to the top of the map with that Juke Juice being helpful. Mr. Gon with the Juke Juice as well, but I'm High somehow keeps him at bay.
And we're seeing a lot of flag carriers getting out of base as expected. A lot of good offensive players on these teams. Even the defenders showed that they can play offense really well. Both Slide and Mr. Gon had 12 caps going into this week, so two defenders, the two most offensive defenders in the Eastern Conference. And obviously Stan and Stalin, we saw what they could do in Thinking Portals, so a lot of hold, and I don't foresee that trend changing anytime soon.
BDL with some really nice moves, somehow staying alive. Stalin hitting these bombs and forces Slide into
the great job! In. And Havmad dives in, but doesn't get the return. Unfortunate for him, and now the power battles.
Whoa! Gon stayed alive for a second here, but looking very dangerous. Stalin coming in, trying to get the lead for KGBallers, and they've got two blockers on two offensive D. One's going to flash it. Mr. Gon boosting in, give him a chance to get the return.
An ill-advised grab, but some good offensive defense by the two defenders there. And now if Mr. Gon gets out, he's past 3, but that doesn't happen. Havmad's going to go for the easy grab. He's going to get the easy boost out of base as well. But he hit the wall, and that's going to allow time for I'm High to get back on Re.
Aggressive return here by JJ's Pool, which allows their team a chance to get a cap, but I'm High is going to grab the flag and off the wall.
I'm High, again, somehow working his way out of a corner. I just can't believe what he's pulling off so far, both on Thinking with Portals and Wormy. This guy is something else.
Stan pulling the flag, gonna flaccid, but still has 2 in base. Mr. Gon coming around. He's got to hurry up because Stan is coming in. Got a chance. He's got some daylight. Gonna pull it off. And Base God's taking the early lead here. Really great aggressive cap there.
We were talking about defenders playing offense. That's exactly what Mr. Gon did. Getting a beautiful cap there after some nice blocks, but he didn't wait for the perfect blocks to come. He just made do with what he had and secured that cap. A great job by the Base Gods to take an early lead. Is that a curse, though? We were talking about how no leading team in the first half could get the points.
Right. BDL lining up a boost. Stan defusing the bomb. BDL is going to take a grab before JJ's Pool was able to make it in base, and now she's all on her own trying to get a bit of a grab here against 2. Going to pull back and wait for BDL to get over there. Power-ups coming up around the corner, too. Look for a potential for a quick grab here, but then they're going to have to fall back to try to...
And Havmad does well to stay in the middle. Just waiting for the power-ups. It's a bit delayed, and in fact he ends up losing it, trying to fight. Oh, Stalin, what a boost.
And now BD to come over and secure this Tag Pro Juke Juice Lawnmower combo, going to be able to maybe do it, but Stan, nope, can't get the return. JJ's Pool's got the cap. Slide getting in the way a little bit. I don't know what he was pushing back for, but that'll be a second cap here for Base Gods. A nice 2-cap lead early in this game, and 2 caps on this map is pretty good.
Yeah, that's basically all that we saw. That's 2/3 of the caps in total that we saw in the previous matchup. But just to go back to the cap, I loved what I saw from Stalin on offensive defense, managing to get a grab off, a pixel grab off with the Tag Pro looming, and then managing to somehow get that corner juke. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough to buy enough time for his teammates to catch up, and a great cap by JJ's Pool to give her team a 2-0 lead, and nearly another cap after a nice bank boost. We're seeing some great offensive play. Base Gods here. Stalin doing his best to keep his team in the game, but just it's not happening right now.
And I'm High going to grab the flag and narrowly getting out, going to get returned by BDL. And Stan getting the return. This is looking like a good chance. They're leveraging both of their Tag Pros, but really impressive snipe there.
Poor play by Havmad. Should have used that boost there. Instead, gets sniped, and we got a bit of a reset here.
Yep. As an offender, you need to be using those boosts. If you're not using them, even if you don't need it to get ahead, you need to use them so that your chasers can't get the return. And now Havmad's coming in, and they've got at least 1 cap there. Nice blocks there, 2v1, and that's just a bit of a positioning blunder to be able to lead to that cap.
Havmad redeems himself after missing that easy cap with the Tag Pro lead. He comes and gets a much more difficult cap and makes it count, gets his first cap of the week, and he's going to be looking to build on that momentum. A great boost by Have Mad off the corner. Now that puts him ahead of 2.
Gonna head backwards off that bomb. Yeah, it's still, that's a juice, and that's a cap. Look at this. They were picking the power-ups up and not picking up the offensive D, and they're going to tie it up here. Great job by the KGBallers going for the cap rather than the power-ups. And, oh, wait, look at this. Rolling bomb. Actually, the power-ups do help them secure the cap.
Yes, so it's a bit of a trade-off. That rolling bomb was key in getting the cap, and, oh, nearly.
Not quite.
But a great offensive defense play. Have Mad builds off that first cap and gets a second of the game, but then closely followed by a great BDL play, making the most off his rolling bomb. We were talking about rolling bombs in the previous matchup, how teams were using the rolling bombs way too early on this map in their own half of the map. And BDL did well to stay alive, keep his rolling bomb intact right into the base, and then he could use it to defuse the opponent flag carry and then come in for an easy cap. That's the kind of rolling bomb usage we love to see, and that's what differentiates a good player from a great player. BDL showing that he definitely belongs to that great tier.
And now I'm high with the flag and Slide waiting for that bottom power up. Stalin's going to come in, but didn't have good positioning. And it's 1v1. They got the blocks. They've done it. And they've tied it up again. KGBallers really just holding better positioning than the base gods and are able to capitalize because of it. It's not that the base gods are playing poorly, but they're just getting out of positioning.
The power-ups are key. I mean, base gods have 15 power-ups, but that's cost them 2 caps along the way. I'm not sure if they've been prioritizing things properly here.
It reminds me of one of those old Battle of the Bots that we saw where we had some programmers in the community create bots that play Tech Pro, and they just had the algorithm off a little bit when it came to prioritization of power-ups. Anytime a power-up would come up, everyone would immediately go for it. It's what we're seeing here, and look at this. The bombs are coming up. They got the chance, and that's going to be it. Another cap. Look for a potential delay and not going to pull it off, and I think that's a very good decision because everyone was in the base god's base there. But really impressive showing. KGBallers able to take the lead now for the first time this game.
Stalin somehow gets that double tag and then gets a pixel tag against, trying desperately to save the cap. Some great play and just
BDL using the juice, coming with the cap and tying up, and base gods are showing they are not out of this one. JJ's pool, she's by the bombs, using it effectively. Look for a potential kiss. Return for cap here. Not quite. JJ's pool is gonna got it, and she's got a chance to come in for a cap here. Bomb gets defused. I'm high with the flag, gonna get out. Mr. Gon not helping any there, and getting out of position, and now it's return for cap. Slide's got to be careful. Oh,
beautiful. And these teams, anything you can do, I can do better. This is crazy. One cap after another. They're trading caps, trading blows, and the score is 4-4 with a minute remaining. This has to be one of the more exciting Wormy games I've seen in recent memory.
Oh my goodness, Slide with a nice corner boost, but now they're out of position. Yet again, we're seeing base gods out of position. And what is this? JJ's pull getting blocked out. Stan coming in. Can he do it? Yes, he can. And now KGBallers get the cap and get the lead again and looking to score a second time. I'm high with the flag coming to base. Couple tag pros for base gods, but again, these power-ups are not doing them any help. And in fact, they're costing them caps.
And when you got 2 tag pros, oftentimes you want one on offense, one on defense. They're not doing that here. Instead, they take both on O and manage to get out, but they don't manage to get that return, and now Stan's out. This is really exciting with 18 seconds left. Slide's going to try to make it count. Stalin doesn't want to boost backwards.
Up here.
Oh!
I'm going to make sure he can't. 10 seconds to go. I'm high with the flag, trying to get one more cap, and isn't going to pull it off. The final seconds are going to tick down here after an impressive showing by both teams, but particularly from KGBallers here.
KGBallers just not keep every time they get knocked down by base gods, they get up right back up again. These guys are tub thumping. They aren't letting the foot off the gas pedal. And I can't just single out the KGBallers for praise. I mean, you gotta give praise to Slide, VDL, Mr. Gon, and JJ's pool. All of them have been huge for the base gods. Slide had 21 returns. I mean, there has been no bad player this game. Even the players who've made mistakes have come and redeemed themselves. We saw Have Mad miss an easy cap. He went on to score 2 right afterwards. These guys are really stepping up when it counts. That's what I love to see. Ron, anyone that you really want to single out here?
Yeah, it's good you mentioned Slide because he is the one I want to single out. Slide was playing extremely aggressively, and you were seeing it. And also going to give a side shout out to Mr. Gone. Both of them playing extremely well together. Slide being very aggressive, a lot of times losing his contained because of it intentionally. But Mr. Gone was there to dynamically be able to adjust and pick up the slack there. It looks like we might be seeing a little bit of a sub on their team right now. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but Ash is jumping in.
Yeah, Ash is not on that team though, so don't worry. There is no sub. Ash is on the all caps. Either way, I do have a play of the game that I'd like to mention, and that was Stalin's double return. He boosts up for a return, gets one, and then bombs into another return right after. Within a matter of seconds, gets 2 returns, and then that leaves Slide all alone in base in 1v1 block. Slide does his best to use the bomb to grab, but again, Stalin gets in the way and finishes his hat trick of tags to allow his teammate to come in for an easy cap. That right there had to be my play of the game because that gave them a go-ahead cap, and they kept going on this momentum up to the end of the game, keeping that 1 cap lead alive going into half number 2. Now, something that I think both teams are going to keep in mind for half number 2 is power-up prioritization. Base Gods absolutely swept the field in terms of power-ups, but they ended up giving up 2 caps in the process. So it's going to be all about risk-reward. Are the power-ups worth it if the other enemy flag is out of base and you don't have the... Let me rephrase this. If you don't have the enemy's flag, should you really be waiting for power-ups, or should you be on offensive defense? And that's what they're going to be worrying about this half, I think, because if they can get that in check, then I can see them getting the sweep.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I mean, we saw it several times, at least 2 or 3 caps against the base gods, where because they were waiting for power-ups out of position, and they need to prioritize positioning over power-ups.
Yes, now both teams are gearing up to get ready for the last half of the evening here. Exciting matchup, folks, and we've got some score updates from across the league. Tears and Texas Hold'em split. Origin Ducks win and tie against Golden Gate. BMX Role Models win and tie against BMX. And Angry Balls actually upset the Merballs in game 1. So some exciting games, a couple of good upsets by Origin Ducks and Angry Balls against 2 teams who've already clinched booked their ticket to the playoffs here. And JJ's pool, she nearly boosted through, but can't quite make it. And now we've got a reset here.
I like what I saw from her, though. I really like that she was really being aggressive at the start of the game, and without power-ups there to help, that's what you have to do to see if can you get that flag out of base early and get a cap. We saw that from Gem as well in the Thinking with Portals game, able to get an early cap off, and that really changes the dynamic of the games. And now JJ's pool is able to secure a team a really nice momentum boost, almost pulling off an insane juke in the middle of the map.
Stan and Stalin knows that the mid power-up is spawning soon. Stan is going to wait on the boost. Probably a good decision.
JJ's pool.
But Mr. Gon gets in the way, and this first power-up is right on the dot. Mr. Gon secures it, but meanwhile, I'm High and Half Mad both grab tech throws. I don't think it's that wise to have both of them go on offense with them. But either way, that's what they choose to do, and now they're going to hope to get out of base with it.
Yes, and let's see what they can do with it. I'm High going to lead Half Mad out. Stalin going to get the return. This is looking good here. Mr. Gon with the flag, getting up to the top of the map, hitting these boosts, and Mr. Gon prolonging it enough to allow a regrab come up and prevent what could have been a cap. Very good job by the KGBallers, by the base gods to go against that 2 tag pro advantage from the KGBallers.
Mr. Gon was in a stay alive situation, and he did exactly what he needed to. He took the cap around, took the long way home, and stayed alive long enough for the regrab to arrive and prevent the return for cap situation. Mr. Gon again proving that he's got the chops on offense.
Slide trying to set up a snipe, but the wall gets in the way. JJ's pool there on regrab. Look for a potential nub step here. Not going to happen. JJ's pool with the good positioning. And 3 rolling bombs, all for the base gods. Going to be a little of an interesting situation here. Hopefully one of them can get on regrab, and VDL is going to be able to do it. Mr. Gon with the flag in base, trying to get a nub step. Not going to pull it off. I'm High coming out with the flag. And look at this wraparound boost by Slide, and this is looking like a good chance here. Have Mad coming out with the fight, and it's going to have enough time. Look at this! Have Mad coming in. That cap was as cool as the other side of the pool, giving the KGBallers a 2-cap lead off the boost, getting the positioning once again being a problem for the base gods.
A great cap by Havmad. He knew that he had the boost in, and his teammates probably told him now or never. He did exactly that. He chose now, and he got that cap. And now I'm High is past 3. He's past 4. This is going to be another cap for the KGBallers.
Oh my goodness.
Lead to 3 caps. Great play to start the game off. With 3 minutes into the game, we're already at 7-4 in favor of the KGBallers.
Just an impressive showing here. Now they've got a Tag Pro escort, but he cuts back. I don't know what Stalin was trying to do with that Tag Pro there, but it did not work at all. And now Slide has a Tag Pro as well. Mr. Gone with the juke juice. And they got the return. Halfman taking the flag out of base. Stalin doesn't have too much time left on that Tag Pro. Look for a kiss here. They've got it. Stalin with the flag going flag pro. JJ's Pool with the flag as well. I'm High sitting on this boost. Mr. Gone going to eat it. JJ's Pool with the flag coming around off the corner. Return for cap here. Stalin comes... On my screen, it looked like he went through the bomb. Clearly, that's not what happened. I didn't quite catch it, but Mr. Khan going to get returned.
It's part of the new map dynamics. Bombs that have become transparent. It's to mourn the loss of Geo Koala. Either way, it looks like both teams are back reset, and I'm High gets a beautiful split grab. He gets a nice corner juke, and oh! Dahlia's around Mr. Gone, just making him look like a ragdoll there.
And JJ's Pool going to bomb in, but she can't quite get out of base there.
Slide steals the juke juice. Great job by Slide. And again, base gods are looking really good on the power-ups. They are currently leading the power battle 8-4. Again, doubling up the KGBallers.
And JJ's Pool all alone by herself in base here. I'm High going to try to set up a handoff. Not going to happen.
Not
a little bit of a
timely
flaccid.
Yeah, I'm High should have tried to die a bit earlier. It seemed like he was still trying to stay alive and eventually got tagged, denying Havmad the handoff, and eventually leading to a reset for the base gods. Now, base gods have 5 minutes to score 3 caps if they want even a single point out of this game, but at this point, does it even matter? They've clinched their #1 seed.
Yeah, not much, but I'm sure they're going to be trying to keep their... right now, they only have 1 loss the entire season, an impressive record for the base gods. But right now, they're being challenged here. A 3-cap lead for KGBallers with only 5 minutes to go.
Stalin gets the blind snipe. Yeah, if I were the base gods, I'd try to rest my players, avoid any injuries. With the week left, you don't want any injuries to your key players, so... Oh, I'm High again! Toying with JJ's Pool, rather. And nobody can tag him. The guy's too slippery.
I'm High. Really nice booster out there. And look at this coming into base. Stalin gets in the way and forces I'm High. What? What? Oh my goodness! Boom goes the dynamite. Somehow pulling off the cap there. Unbelievable sequence of events with the bombs getting stuck into the corner. Bomb pushing him out, clearing the potential for the cap. I can't believe what I just witnessed right there.
Havmad slips past BDL, but just as I was about to say there's no way I'm High is juking his way out of this one, he was stuck in the 1 tile corner and somehow manages to pull a cap out of it. I'm High again manages to get out past 3. A return would be a cap.
Oh, man.
Wow. I'm High is putting on an absolute masterclass. That was an absolute symphony of a cap. This is amazing play by the KGBallers. This is what a team looks like when they're firing on all cylinders. This is something else.
Yes, absolutely. Now they've got a rolling bomb Tag Pro on a regrab here, and I'm High with the flag. Got to stay alive. Nope, I guess Slide didn't really have a boost there. He thought he did. JJ's Pool gets a return. BDL coming with that rolling bomb. Going to use it quickly as it was running out. Got a couple blockers and going to be able to pull out the cap. Nice cap. Finally, base god's going to get on the board for this half at least. Still got a few caps to go here. 4 caps.
I'm High already has his hat trick, and a deserved hat trick at that. That cap where he was stuck in the corner. Just a second. The second cap in a row where they split the blockers. Now the lead is down to 3. Familiar territory for the base gods who came back from a 5-cap deficit on Thinking with Portals. Can they do it?
Got a chance. No, I can't quite do it. I don't know what BDL was doing that far away. Was he just trying to make sure he could watch the play or something? I don't know. It's way off regrab there.
Got his binoculars on, and now this could be a dangerous situation.
Uh-oh, Slide's got to stay alive. He's got the rolling bomb. Not going to be able to see the spawn position. Going to hit this bomb, and that's going to push JJ Fool almost into the tag pro. Got to be patient here. Slide with the flag. He's got the rolling bomb. BDL is going to work on this rolling bomb regrab. Slide's rolling bomb runs out. Stalin by the bomb, and it's return for Cap. Stalin's got to be patient here. Stalin needs to play it safe. JJ's Pool is going to grab the flag. She's going to head back, look for a kiss. And there's the kiss. BDL grabbing the flag. Going to be out past 2, and can't quite get past Stalin. Great contain there. 2 minutes to go. Still 3 caps here separate the two teams.
And the long-range snipes by both Stalin and Stan, they're on point. They've been getting the blind snipes more often than they haven't, which is impressive. So it's not only their offense that's firing on all cylinders, it's really every single player has been doing their job perfectly. We saw a marvelous cap by I'm High. We also saw a marvelous boost cap by Have Mad. Seems like they can do no wrong this game, but don't count the base gods out. There's a reason they've only lost a single game this season.
6 players were waiting for that middle power-up, which the base gods were eventually able to win. Got a chance for a cap here. Got the return. Slide coming in. Try to set up the blocks. Look for a flaccid here. They got one. They've got 2 blockers. JJ's Pool coming around. She's got the cap. That's going to be it. It's a 2-cap game here with under 2 minutes to go. 1 minute and 25 seconds here. BDL with the flag. Can they do it? No. Stalin gets the return and now stands out with the flag. Going to get returned. JJ's Pool with the flag. They've got a chance here. Going to get returned. I'm High with the flag as well. Going to come up and Slide is got Slide. Mr. Gon, only person to potentially prevent the cap, able to pull it off, but no! I'm High sneaks it around.
The nub step is real. I'm High gets his 4th cap of the game. Nub steps 2 players.
Oh my gosh. Mr. Gon has been voted off the island with that nub step there. Unbelievable, but JJ's Pool is going to be able to come in. I don't know if he's going to pull it off. Yes, he is. Nice job by Mr. Gon with the support there. 40 seconds to go. Still a 2-cap game. BDL with the flag. And JJ's Pool picking up a juke juice. Mr. Gon and JJ's Pool should get the return. Have Mad with the flag as well. There's a return. JJ's Pool going to get the return as well. A lot of returns coming from both sides of the map. Mr. Gon getting a nice spike there and looking to push forward against this juke juice. Slide going to kiss, and unfortunate because they were sitting anti-re.
For the first time this game, we see Stalin playing anti-regrab. A great time to employ the strat with 20 seconds left. This win is all but sealed. Done and dusted. 3 points for the KGBallers. Well deserved. This has been one of the highest scoring Wormy games we've seen in a long time. We were talking about how we expected few caps. This has been anything but that. This is exciting, and with 2 seconds remaining, Stan gets the cap flag. And this is quite the win for the KGBallers.
And the caps that we have seen were phenomenal. I'm High in particular had really amazing caps coming in. 4 caps for the game. He's my player of the game for this one.
Yeah, no question. I don't think anyone else can be the player of the game. And this is not even a knock on the other players. I'd say most players played a really good game. But I'm High was just on another planet today. That was, not only was he juking like no other, he was capping like no other. He was getting these tight caps, getting out of base, juking, juggling, nub stepping. I don't think I've ever seen anyone cap when they were stuck between that spike and that wall. He capped from a situation where 2 people were bearing down on him and he literally had nowhere to go. I mean, he doesn't get any better than that. That's got to be my play of the game. It's no other play can be my play of the game. And I'd bring him in, but I don't think he really talks often. So let's bring Stalin in and see what he has to say about that game.
Sounds good.
So it shouldn't be too long. We're going to go fetch Stalin and get his thoughts on tonight. That was a bit of a heartbreaking game on Thinking with Portals, but they managed to secure the 3 points on Wormy to secure that 2nd spot in the East and clinch their spot in the playoffs. At this point, the playoff battle is looking really tight with all caps and ghost boosters neck and neck in the standings. Lagthrone looking pretty good, but also having a chance to drop out if they don't play their cards right next week. And in fact, Ghost Boosters are facing Lagthrone in Week 10. Should be an exciting matchup. Speaking of exciting matchups, we've got Stalin in the channel with us. Stalin, what were your thoughts on that 2nd game?
I hope I don't throw as hard as I did the first game. That was pretty much my thoughts the entire time. Just please, just don't throw. Just don't throw.
You played one hell of a game. The snipes were on, but just give us a moment to talk about I'm High. You've been playing with him for 3 or 4 seasons now. You know how good he was, but this second half on Wormy, how does it compare to his best performances out there?
I mean, I don't know how it really stacks up compared to how he normally plays. But I feel like he played well, but I feel like he always plays well. And this is like par for the course. But we were playing a better opponent, and we all didn't shit the bed except for me game 1.
Well, if this is how he plays every week, we should be streaming you guys more often, because he pulled off some amazing plays. But not just him. I got to give praise to Matt, who really stepped up on Wormy after not being able to get onto the board and thinking with portals. He stepped up on Wormy. Now, what was your decision making in having him start this week?
What was my decision making?
Because I know you play both offense and defense, so you have a lot of tactical flexibility there.
I do, but I guess this week we didn't practice at all. And Balloon, he can't really stay up late because he has to get up early. And the game is going to be later. So that was one consideration. That wasn't, like, strictly speaking, why.
You just felt comfortable in defense.
I feel like I haven't been playing offense as well as I should have been, but I feel like while I make a lot of mistakes on defense, like, Matt is super, super good, and I'd rather have him playing. And whereas, like, Balloon gets lag and late games he can't make it to them, it would be better, is what I was thinking.
And it was an interesting decision as well that kind of nearly panned out on Thinking with Portals. You actually had 2 caps in that first half, leading 6-3, but couldn't quite seal the deal. On a map like Thinking with Portals, and also on a map like Wormy, having 3 players who are adept at offense can be very useful because they both tend to be hold heavy. But just go into that second half on Thinking with Portals. What were your thoughts on the Base Gods' performance?
I mean, they played well. They definitely didn't, like, suck or anything, but, like, they took advantage of mistakes that we made, and by we I mean pretty much me. So, like, that's good on them, but at the same time, like, I feel like they didn't do anything exceptional. They just were like, hey, this guy's being an idiot, let's, take advantage of it, like anyone should do.
Yeah, to be fair, JJ's pool, she really had a couple really good plays that game, so
I was getting juiced out of my socks. Like, I'm not saying they were bad, because they were definitely, I mean, they outplayed me specifically. I feel like my team played super well, but I kind of threw the first game by being a dingus.
So one of the interesting things, you're one of the only 2 teams to beat the Base Gods, and I think with that you've now officially clinched the playoffs. Does that give you guys any momentum going into the postseason here?
No, not really. Postseason's the only thing that matters, and we just wanted to make sure that we would get in the playoffs. But, like, we are streaky, and, like, obviously when we scored, like, what was it? We went up 6-3 game 1 and then dropped 4. Fucked up on 4.
Unfortunate, but either way, let's hope that your streaks work out in your favor for the playoffs, and we're looking forward to streaming you guys again soon. Anyway, thanks for the interview, and again, congratulations on clinching your spot in the playoffs.
Thank you. You guys are the best.
All right, Ron. Well, that was an exciting game.
Absolutely, a bunch of exciting games tonight. Congratulations to both the Base Gods and KGBallers for getting a win. Really fun game to watch, especially on Wormy. Very surprising conclusion to that event. Thanks so much for all of you guys for tuning in. To those of you that tuned into both of our games, thank you, and even just this game. Thanks to Ngolba for running the stream here. And I want to thank Liquid for providing some co-commentary tonight. Pithy helping out with the Jump Up Halftime Challenge, helping us have that happen double duty tonight, getting a couple of winners there. So thanks for the help there. If you guys like the stream, make sure to follow us on Twitch, where you find more entertaining and high-quality broadcasts each and every week. I'm Ron Sponson, and we'll see you all next week.